Before we get into this video, if you didn't see my last video about the new channel membership demo review stuff, go check it out. If you're interested, please purchase one. It helps support the channel, and you'll get your demo reviewed by your boy. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to bait out utility from the CT side on the T side. So this is something that you're commonly going to be told to do during a default situation where you're baiting out utility. Now, what does that actually mean? That, it's as easy as it sounds, right? You just want to get the CTs to use their things, use their mollies, use their smokes, right? Without actually having it stop them. Well, stop you guys from executing. So the point is like, for example, if I get both B players to use their molly right at the start, and then we wait, 20, 30 seconds, and then we re-execute on the B site, they won't have mollies to stop us in apps, which is very good. You can do this all around the map, so maybe none of the CTs have mollies left, or if they're on very low utility, they didn't have the best purchase, right? They use up their utility, and then when it comes to a site execute, they don't have anything to really slow you down. So a couple things you want to keep in mind when baiting out utility. All right, there's a few ways to do this. One, there's the more aggressive way of just making the noise, right? So you could fake a B rush, have maybe 3 people running here, making steps the whole way, not trying to walk it, maybe throwing a couple flashes over, and they're going to throw some sort of smoke, some sort of molly, something here, right? And then you just cancel, you walk back, and it's taken 10 seconds to use some of their utility. Simple. But the problem is, the downside of that is you need more than just one person running up. Maybe occasionally you can get the one person running up here and it's going to draw out some utility, but it's not going to get the molly or the smoke, all right? You need to have 2 to 3 steps to do that, really. The other way to do it is you could use some utility to bait out theirs. Now, the T side on Mirage, you really only need 3 smokes to execute something. For example, A site, you need smoke, smoke, smoke. All right, so that's 3. Or if you want to take mid, like smoke, smoke, and then you're coming up, you could throw a top jungle or a CT. Again, only 3 smokes, really. So you have 2 smokes to play with to bait out utility. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. All right, you could bait out utility mid, but you usually don't want to do that too much. You're not going to throw things mid to try to get them to throw utility. For example, you smoke off cat, you smoke window, right? They're left with only connector to peek. They could throw a ton of utility, or they could just come right here, see that nobody's out mid, and go, guys, it's a fake. They're not doing anything. The difference is with like throwing smokes on A or B site, they don't know that nobody's there because they can't just look straight down. There's things blocking their way, their point of view. So there's a couple things you could do. Since you have smokes to work with, B site would probably be the easiest site to fake utility at because you don't need a set of 3 smokes to fake B. Maximum is going to be like 1 there. Imagine if it actually landed where I put it, right? 1 there, maybe like 1 there, right? But this is a full execute. You're never going to see this. You're never going to see this. What's more likely is that somebody's going to throw a market window, flash out, and throws like a molly or something. So sitting right here, throwing a market window, all right? Waiting for the smoke to come down before you flash is always a big plus. So you can throw a flash like that, and throw a flash like that, and throw a flash like that, right? These are all decent flashes. Maybe mollying here or mollying here. All right, this is all things that one person can do. You got like 1 molly, 2 flashes, and a smoke. That's going to draw out some utility while everybody else is maybe setting up A, or they're going underpass to connector, trying to catch a rotator or something. That's something that you can do. Or vice versa, you could fake A, go B. So one of my favorite A fakes to do is right side smokes. So right side smokes consist of a top stairs and a jungle smoke. And then you just flash over and you molly. Now, the only problem is that with this is that the same concept that we applied to mid could be applied here. A guy CT could just be like, oh, nobody's out. Don't worry about it. But most likely, if a CT player sees these smokes coming over, has a flash come over, whatever, mollies are being thrown, he's calling for rotates, even if he doesn't see anybody. He's saying, it's obviously an A execute. They're throwing all the stuff. I'm going to fall off right here and, like, hold the cross or something, right? So he doesn't know. So throwing right side smokes, throwing some flashes out. It even helps if you have one person run back, but the other person that threw a smoke comes out and starts to shoot. Then they're like, oh, it's a site take confirmed. All right. And then you have everybody else in apps, and they're just contacting out B, and then they get contact and they start sprinting, and it's all been a ruse. The other thing that you can do, or other type of fake, is the B fake to A. This isn't baiting out utility as much as baiting out rotates, but so throwing some fast B smokes like this and then this, right? And then having both those players that threw the smokes come over here, throw some flashes out, maybe even land the flashes, right? Just chucking flashes like this, trying to get the CTs blind, make them think that it's a B execute, a fast B. They can even throw a molly, and then they just run underpass. All right, while they're running underpass, you got the 3 other players that were still holding on to their utility, throwing a full A execute, smoke, smoke, smoke. Or since you have players coming up connector, you could throw a front jungle instead of the actual jungle smoke, so you can have them actually help you entry onto site. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And the good thing about throwing a fake is that since these B players, like they see the smokes coming down, they're going to do that, right? They're going to maybe drop a smoke so they have something to play around with. When they go to retake A, they don't have that molly or smoke anymore. They might have a flash or something, but they don't have that molly, and that molly is the biggest detrimental factor in retaking a site or even playing post plant. For example, you're playing post plant right here. This is a decent angle, decent spot. Firebox, that is. You get mollied out. Now you have to peek out, you have to be exposed to CT, jungle, stairs, exposed to every sort of angle. So if they don't have that molly, you can just sit there and it's a much more difficult angle for them to clear. So thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you next time.